Hi guys, nice little bunch of coins here, 20p piece here. Let's try and get this into, see if it'll push those out of the way. The 2 5p's, but it's trying to get this to, there you go, lovely. 20p piece. Sorry about shaky hands, but I've got no mount that will show what I want it to show. So there's a run of a blob on the beading, which I've said in the past videos is the most common, along with the foot, the claws of the foot, which is normally pretty bad. You can't see very well. I don't know if I better get it to focus in even more. The trouble is, the more you try and focus in, the more your shaking looks. I will do a double in a minute, show you with the magnified as well. But just wanted you to see that there. There's not going to be anything much on there that you can see that's different. $2009. Looks like the top part, the writing has gone, well, that's curved over for a start, so whether that's damage or not I don't know, probably, although it seems to go around a long way for damage. But it looks the lettering looks exceedingly close to the edge, whichever way you look at it. Other than that, there's not much I can show you. 2009 is a pretty good head. Can't see the initials, of course. And you can't see the rim, which I will, or the edge, I should say, which we'll do under magnification. Right, so 5p, we do it as I always do, which is the 5 there. You can see both strings to the harp. Not much going on here. See if I can get it in a bit further. I don't think it will. It doesn't like doing this close up. No. Sometimes it does. It'll sort of automatically kick in. It's really weird why this camera does that. No, it's not going to have it. You little devil, you. So can't really see much. I expect the rim is probably as per normal. 20. Just trying to see my camera's reflecting off the coin. It's greenish looking. That's the back of this camera. Let's see if we can get this to focus in there. Oh, that's about as good as you're going to get, but I couldn't tell you the date. It's not focused in that brilliantly. So I'll look at the date manually. One last go. Nope. It is 2015. It's hard to get it. It really is hard to get it. The pink is my fingers, which is at the top of the camera. Now, the prize of the day, a chappie on here said that he got 5 Bumblebee King Charles III pound coins. Oh, let's get rid of this rubbish. Mine's not so great, but I got a 5p Charles III with the acorns. Again, I don't know really what you're picking up there. That's quite chuffed. I really was quite chuffed when I got home and found that in my pocket. I thought, wow. But like I say, I'll do the magnified in a minute. I'm going to try and pause it and set it up, okay, because you can't see much there. So no, it's not going to do anything. And this looks like 2025. No, it's 2023, which is what I would assume. But it looked like a 5 there. Right, so I'm going to pause it. Okay, guys, we're back. Not as good as I would want it to be, because obviously even this is the Coin Club's 2009 version. And mine, I have to do like this. It's pretty much the same, actually. You can tell that mine's the same sort of grade as the one they got there. So you can tell the difference. You can tell that's not been scanned with bright light. That's photograph. IRB, and there we go with mine. IRB. The top of the eye has been damaged with mine. That curved metal, without actually looking into it, the top of the eye's been chopped off or damaged. Not much to say there really. The eye on the Coin Clubs is a lot better than mine. The hair and the it's a tiara. I don't think it. No, yeah, it's a tiara. Is about the same, but the eye looks a lot better than mine. My eye is all sort of one sort of thing. It's not very good. The nose and mouth is on this one. I don't know what coin it was the other day I did. Pretty abysmal. So that was the obverse side, and now here is the classic that I've been saying to you. What appears on the 20p piece. What I will do now is even his version's got it. Look, even his version. Can you believe it? It's so funny. Fancy putting a coin up there with such a discrepancy. It's ridiculous. But there you go. I mean, he's done what he's done, and mine is basically exactly. His is there. His starts just below the tail. So the tail there, his is there, which goes to about there, and then mine carries on down to there. You can see his goes to the top of the back of the foot of the lion. Mine is from the back of the foot of the lion down. So it's pretty standard stuff. That's what you would technically see as an error. Or a fault just before someone starts having a go again. There's the MD. I better put that in there. There's the MD, Michael Dent. Nothing wrong with the 20 pence. Trouble is with this, I don't know. There's no way of getting this to come down, sort of like that. I don't know. You just can't win. I just can't win. Whichever way I go, it just doesn't work out nicely. So what I'm going to do now is show you the edge and put that in focus. For you. Yeah, I can see a couple of reeds anyway, straight away. I've got to take that light off. I don't know. I don't think it's this light that's. No, it's the light of the. Right, let's see if we can get that to. I'm just going to see if I can see any reeds. I'll be keeping this anyway as a selling it for if I go back on eBay. They threatened me with if I don't. Well, I have been online on eBay, but if I didn't, they was going to do away with my account. Nice, isn't it? Yeah, there's some there, but can you see them as I can see them? I'm going to try and get this to stand. Yeah, so hang on, let me just see if I can. You're looking here. 1, 2, 3. There is some there. I'm not going to try pointing them out, but it's 1, 2, 3 there. Badly hit corner. And there's some there. Hang on. There's some there. 1, 2, 3, probably 4. Can't see on that edge. Oh, hang on. No, I can't see on that edge. It's not the best of coin. It's been hit about too much. There is a couple there, right before that edge. Right up here. 1, 2, 3. That's probably 4 and 5 there, but that's guessing. And I think that's about it. I think that's about the end of that coin. So that's the 20p piece. Now we come to the 5pence. Get that back into focus. There you go, lovely, look. Right. This is most uncommon to get two together like that. What I will do is go. I'll put that up there. You can read that if there's any information you want. It's not usually. Oh, I wanted to check the 2009. He says he's taken it off of Spinks. Well, I'm amazed at that. Yeah, 1982, the 20 pences started. So I was a year out. I said 1981, I believe. But it's 1982. And it's one of these where the 20 is correct. I think it is the 83 that's correct. The W is in the right place, but the either side of them is not. I'm pretty sure. God, there's one to look. Oh, mint sets only, 1986. God, that's worth a look out. Only 271 minted. Oh, I should have to write that down. No. But that's what you want to be looking in to change for. That's a freebie for a start off. Mint sets. I've probably got one of those in my collection. Anyway, you don't really look at all of that. So what we'll do now is we'll go. Yeah, no, maybe we're not going to go that way. Let's go back to that. So now we want 5p. And 15. Oh, come on. Right. This is what you should be looking at. We'll do this the way it's done here. That's what you should be looking at. That's how it should be. Now look at that. Compared to that. In actual fact, that is a really good example of both strings missing. You can see the outline, but they're not there. They're not like that. Even with my coin, with my trusty eyeglass, picks that out straight away. They're not there. That's pretty awful. The foot, the foot in their example was quite. There's a blob of metal there. I wish we could. I wish I could doing it double like this. I can't. If I had the slide bar that's up the side. Nothing wrong with the 5 and the pence. Neither with his. Nothing really going on out the ordinary. It's hard to say. Let me just see if I put some more light on it. No. There looks like there's stuff going on with mine around this part here and at the back part. You see his is on his. He's got a steady line. And if you look there around the edge of either side of the tail, it's sort of being very bitty. His doesn't. That's usually signs of metal run. Like I say, that's where you want to be looking at when you see this. You can see his has got a defined separation of the top of the thigh, whereas mine, hang on, let's get rid of some of the light, whereas mine hasn't. There is a line, but it's not as defined as that. Let's just go round and see about the rim. Is there anything special about the rim? Actually, it's quite consistent all the way round. That's a treat in itself. 2015, there's not much really. So you can see with his version, you can see the reed on the outside. See them little squares? Mine you can't. Yes you can, I lied. There you go. There's my reeds. There. There's like I say, I think it's just because it's a poor scan. There's no line up the centre with his, but I believe there actually is. It's just that it's not being shown properly. Line's about the same, except mine's got bits of metal run again up the forearm. Yeah, mine's not as good, as clear as his. As an example, see now his line rises to the top, and mine doesn't. It's funny, isn't it? Yet the other side, it was the other way round with the upper leg. If I take more light off, bring that round, you can then see the detailing of the lines there. We can't with his or theirs, but it should have. There should be lines there, but I think that's just the way the picture's taken. I like the way his is picked out. They look like, I don't know what they look like really, but they look singular. Whereas mine, you couldn't tell that apart at all as being singular. These little woven things, whatever they are. But his do. It's quite good. There's something going on between his C and E. Well, my E looks a bit rough. No, so it's just there's no light on it. Yeah, so that's that. Go to the opposite side. Oh, look at that. So we can even do that with his. Mine's looking pretty disgraceful. You can tell the earring is there, but it's not a good drop. Again, you can see his, and you can mine if I turn the light right up. We do have a double edge. That is a double edge there, because you can see the beading in dark. The beading's dark, so that's the double edge. I'm going to take that off because we need to see the lettering. Really, is what we're looking for. The rim. Cool, blimey. The rim is going wide. It's IRB underneath. Oh, this is JC. So there's two types of 2015 then. There you go, see? That's how you get caught out. There's two types of 2015. Yes, because mine's got the tiara and his has got the that's when the coins changed over to Britannia. They changed. I'm pretty sure that's why you've got two different verses. And that's what I was trying to remember with the 20p piece. I just couldn't remember what year it was. And there's my 2015 down by a gin. And there's his up there. I expect there is probably... Let's see if we can get the version. The new effigy of Queen Elizabeth which entered production that very day. There's only the fifth definitive portrait. Gold proof. Woohoo! Gosh, stroll on. I'd love to know what that looked like. Oh, hang on, there it is. Let's see if we can get that up. You see the difference? Look at it, look at the difference. Yeah, blooming brilliant. Anyway, we don't want to know about that. I was just wondering if they did the... Hang on. Yeah, that one's... So it's this one we want. There you go. There's that version. Oh, my Lord. Look at the state of that. God, flipping heck. Oh, their G's faded. Yeah. Their G's faded. 2015 IRB. 2015 IRB. Rims. Mine's a thin rim with a sort of double edge. I can't tell whether that's the reading or not. No, it's not the reading. So that is double edge. Mine is a double edge. Yeah, their G's faded. Yeah, so JC was the other version, the fifth portrait. It's that's hers. Show you that with the JC and a trait of the joined R and A and the joined R and E. I always like mentioning that. I just got to think about that. It's terrific, really. But then so is Ian. No, it isn't Ian Rank Baldley. It's Ralph. Oh, Mackloof. I can't think of the other initial. Mine's showing a bit of blobbing going on there around her chin. So, yeah, that completes that. And now to the grand finale. Someone who told me they got 5 Bumblebee £1 coins, a lucky devil. I've got the 5p. Yeah. I wish I had £5 worth of I don't know what 2023 minus. Yeah, so this is what you're looking at. His version's got the mint stamp. I haven't got one. You see on his at the back of his neck, that's the mint stamp. Again, you can see all the beading around his. I would expect that to be a scan. Wouldn't like to say, but I'd expect that to be a scan. Rim's about the same. Can't see my beading though. I'd expect I'd have to turn the light. Yes, you can. There, yeah, with the lights real full on, you can. But of course, that takes everything away from the coin. Then, yeah, 2023. I'm not aware of varieties. The only thing is, there was a coin. Was it the pound? I'm believing had the ear, or was it the £2? Had the ear within an ear. There were two ears. I don't know whether that's true or false. I know there was rumour going around of it, but I've actually not seen it at all. Yeah, it's a nice thick rim. Pretty much, well, yeah, 2/3 of the way round. Nice thick rim and in a bit of a small one there. And there you go. There's the 5p. There's the 3 C's for King Charles III. So they put three C's. I think that's the biggest mistake they've ever done with a coin. It just isn't. It's just full of. You know, we know the way the Royal Mint strikes. Mine's got a double edge by the looks of it as well. Mind you, this isn't a circulated coin, so you expect all this rubbish. But that's 2023 for you. You know, this is up to date, and they still haven't sorted it out. Mind you, I expect they've never had anybody question them. It'd be interesting to see. Let's see if I can get a. No, yeah. See, you can see the reeded part, but that's a double edge. Take that down. That's a double edge. When you can see, if that was little dots, you would say that would be the reed edge. But there's not. There's no such thing as little dots there. So that tells you that it's on the rim itself. So that is a double rim. Let's get some light off of that because it's shining too bright. Yes, because we've done the Charles III bit, haven't we? So let's go down to this. And quick comparison, it's pretty much the same. I would expect to see errors here amongst all this stuff. It's bound to happen. It's bound to crop up somewhere. So there's 6 diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 diamonds. 3 acorns. That again. Oh, blimey! It really is a. Yeah, see that's not a double rim. You can see the reading. What he's got going on there, though, is that's weird. That is weird. It's a shame. Yeah, there's something going on there. For sure. Let's just get mine up there. Get my 5 in that place. Yeah, there's no line on mine inside, but there is on his. So that's the bottom of the rims popped out there. But you see this lovely, see that shine? Oh, there's mine. There's a line, not in mine. But it's in the wrong place. There. That's what he's got. There. There. He's got it on top. Whereas mine's at the bottom. Let's see how far round that goes. I just think that's yeah, it disappears there, look. Not anything to his is more important because it disappears here as standard to the coin, whereas there it's not. It's away from the inner rim. I've got nothing to define mine because there's nothing there. See what I mean? There's no pattern to do that with. There's no pattern there. I think that is the saving grace with a lot of his coins, the King Charles coins. At least half of it is plain. I don't think you're going to see many errors with that, to be honest. I mean, although that is nice, crisp and beautiful, but you'd expect that to be with a coin that's not been in circulation. And see how his rim is nice and wide. Let's see, does it stay nice and wide? Yeah, yes it does. The only reason it's a bit smaller there is because of this. Let's take it down. Yeah, no, his is pretty consistent. But that line stays for quite... Although it joined up earlier, it's still there. It disappears there. There, see? It disappears because there's nothing there. There's nothing there for it to do that with. So, there you go. That's my coin of the year to find one of these in my change. So I can only imagine that they must be releasing these coins. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling it's around this bit. And I don't think it's really an ear within an ear, it's just the way that it looked. You know, like you can see there. but it's just like the inner chamber. I don't think it really was an ear within an ear. I mean, obviously you've not got clear detail with mine compared to that. His hair's different. Let's see if it's just if mine's just a magnification issue. No. That's as clear as you're going to get with mine. But then with the lighting and whatnot, it's not surprising. Right, so that's it, guys. Thank you very much for looking. And I shall post these now.